Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a
Well, that'll never cease to choke me up. Okay. Hi, everybody. It's me. We are here. Coffee and Cedar is the subject tonight, and we are going to talk about that, which I believe is a charming play that is coming to Orlando Fringe. And you can see the dates over there on the side, but all of that is on the Fringe site. So please check it out and find out about that. By the way, in 2 weeks, I will be doing Shakespeare at Horizons West Theater. So please check that out as well. But right now, here's Jack Ledoux. Hello, Jack.
Hello.
Okay, so far, we're all moving. This is really exciting.
It is.
I don't know what's going to happen tonight, folks. This is the most people I've ever had on the show at the same time. So we're using lots of upload here. We've tried to correct that this afternoon, but I don't know if it has. We have 4 more slots to fill here, don't we, Jack?
Mm-hmm. Yes, we do. Wait a minute. How many people did we have on the Titanic night? Didn't we have like 5?
I don't remember. That was like, I don't remember yesterday, dear, so I can't say as I would know that.
This is true. This is true.
So Jack, I'll tell you what, I will let you choose who's next to come on. Who are we introducing first?
I think the first person we should bring is David.
All right, here comes Dave. Well, there's Dave. There's 2 people in David's
It's
screen.
David and Russell. Yes, David and Russell.
David and Russell. Hi, guys.
Jack.
Hello.
Hi, Joe. Hi, Jack.
How are y'all doing?
We are terrific. We really are. I hope you are as well. I see in the back there the actual book, Coffee and Cedar, right there. It is not a coffee shop in downtown Orlando, although it certainly could be named one. It is a book written by David right there that I've read the script for, and I'll tell you what, as I said in the pre-show chat, absolutely charming, delightful, and I can't wait to see it. Hello, BJ.
Hi, BJ. Hey, George Mark.
George Mark Alderman is here, all the way from Washington, up there in wherever the heck that is. Who's next, Jack?
Let's bring on John.
Okay, here comes John. You ready, John? There's John right there.
Hey.
John Jimenez. Am I saying that correctly?
Yeah, good job, Jimenez. Yeah.
Well, it's unusual for me. I would like to thank you for posting the names of everybody in the chat. Thank you for that.
Sure.
It's very kind of you. John, who are you playing in the show?
I played David.
Yes, you do, which I think is kind of, that must be rather daunting to a certain degree, huh?
Well, it was quite a few lovely lines that I've had to memorize, but it's been a blast for sure.
You do have the bulk of the words, don't you? Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Well, now who is next, Jack? Come back to everything.
Oh yeah. Let's bring in Cam.
You want to bring in? I was going to kind of. Oh, you're ready.
Hold on. No, bring Cindy in.
Yeah, we're going to save the best for last on the introductions. You're coming up though, right after Cindy. Here we go, Cindy. Hello, Cindy.
Hi, Joe. Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine, but there's okay. I see why that is. All right. Great. Now, Cindy, who are you playing in the show, or what are you doing in the show? Well, I can't hear you now, so we'll find out later. So right now, let's bring in the one and only Cameron Soy. Hello, Cam.
Hi.
Now, interestingly enough, Cam is only Cam. I want to tell you right now is the youngest guest we have ever had on the show. How old are you, Cam?
I'm 8 years old.
8 years old. And who are you playing in the show?
I'm playing David Jr.
David Jr. So, I get it. Okay, so it's David. Oh, I get it. Okay. So this is David up in the corner, then David again, and now that David Jr. Wow. And how many shows have you done in your life, Cam?
0.
0. So this is the first one?
Yep.
Wow. Now, do you have any brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I have one older sister, and her name is Mackenzie. I have
Mackenzie?
even older sister, and her name is Madison. And
Madison.
of course, let me tell you their ages. Mackenzie is 12, and Madison is 17.
Wow. Now, are they involved in the theater at all? Do they do any acting?
Oh yeah, they do. But they have done a lot of acting.
They've done a lot of acting, huh? And you're still the junior member of the acting team, I guess.
Yep.
Which is pretty cool. Are you excited about this?
Yes.
Yeah?
I'm a little nervous.
Trust me, that never goes away. Okay. And that's a good thing.
Remember we said that? Remember, Cam? We said that last night. Remember? Oh, everybody gets nervous, right?
Yep.
Yep. And I have to ask you, Joe. I have to ask, who is that lovely lady that's sitting next to Cam?
That is Christina.
I'm Cam's mom.
Oh, you're Cam's mom. Hi, Cam's mom.
Hi.
How do you feel about now having 3 budding actresses in the family, or maybe more? I don't know.
So my husband and I are both performers, so we're pretty accustomed to having them all 3 performing.
Oh my gosh! Now, are you? What does your husband do?
So Joe, you might remember me from Pirates, and I was a gypsy with you for many years.
Forgive me, I'm very old now.
So I get it.
I'm 51 more than you, Cam. I'm 51 more than you.
And my husband is a stunt performer at Universal.
What? I probably saw. Does he do the Bourne show?
Yes.
I probably saw him yesterday. I probably saw him
yesterday. I can't remember if he was there yesterday, but yes, he does this. He does the Bourne show. He's
so it's
a high fall guy.
He's the high fall. Okay, then he fell twice.
Yes, he falls twice every show.
I'm sure they're too cheap to pay 2 people to do that a day. I'm sure.
Yeah. This is true.
Hey, listen, I used to work at Universal. Anyways, that's very cool. So it's a whole family affair. Now, Cam, you're nervous. What if I asked you what is making you nervous? What is making you a little nervous about the whole thing?
Well, the show is making me nervous.
Yeah? Well, you know your line, right?
Yeah, I have my lines memorized, but I'm just nervous for the actual show. The audience. Okay. I'm nervous about.
Well, you know what? I can understand that. I'm going to do a show in a couple of weeks, and I am a little more than nervous because I've never done anything. Just like you've never done this before, I've never done what I'm going to do before. They tell me I know what I'm doing, but I don't believe them entirely. So the director is right, almost always.
Thank you.
Just trust Jack and trust David wrote you some good lines, or line, as it were, for you, I guess. And you're going to do great.
He's got a few.
Yes.
You're going to do great. I know you're going to do great. And I am really excited to see the show. Now, do you do anything else? Do you play any instruments? Do you sing? Anything like that?
Soccer. I do soccer. But
Very cool.
until the fall, I'm doing it.
Very cool. So you're like a kid too. I like that. Good, Mom. Good. Good. I know some other child actors who don't quite have that going on there. They're going their whole life into acting, and oh God, don't do that.
No friends and no social life.
There's Cindy's back. Yeah, Cindy's back. Now,
Yay.
Kim, Jack, is there anything else you want to ask Kim? Because I don't want to keep him too late because I get it. Okay, this is past my bedtime too. I got news for you. You know,
It is. It is. So all I want to ask him is, have you told all your friends and your friends' families so they can come and see you?
I have not.
You think you should?
I never got the chance to see them and tell them.
Don't worry, Mom took care of it.
Yay, Mom.
Mom's taking care of it. So Kim, I'm just curious. You know what the pandemic is, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, it's the coronavirus.
Yeah, it pretty much stinks. I know.
Yeah.
My question to you is, have you been doing school from the computer or school from the from school?
Homeschool.
He's been homeschooled his whole life.
Oh, excellent, excellent, excellent. I commend you for that, Mom. I truly do. I think had my mother done that with the three of us, we would all be dead. But that's pretty cool. David, how do you, David Writer, I'm going to call you John and him David. I almost didn't want to. David, how do you feel about this young man playing David Jr.?
You know, it was interesting when as soon as I had not met Cameron before, and Jack is the one that had basically worked with his teacher to see who we could cast. As soon as I saw his photograph, I knew instantly that this was the right one for the role. Instantly.
Oh, that's awesome.
Instantly.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And Cameron, I have to say, has been such a delight to work with. And he's so precocious and he's so enthusiastic, and he brings another level of warmth to this show. So I'm so excited that he is a part of it. And Cam, I cannot wait to see you actually on stage.
Thank you. Thank you, Dave.
Very excited. I think I get the feeling from the smiles that I'm seeing from the other two that are here, that are on stage with you, I guess. Am I right about that?
No, Russell walked away. There he is.
I see Russell, there he is. But I get the feeling from all those smiles that they all feel pretty much the same way David does.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
I can't wait for him to get on stage when he does.
Oh.
That is
He likes
so very exciting. You know, I looked at a couple of pictures here, and I got to tell you, the one that hit me. Okay, this is great. I don't know exactly what's happening here. It's lovely. Okay, but this one, I really.
That's so sweet.
This is a pretty cool picture. And I get the feeling that bear comes heavily into the story somewhere along the way. And I'm going to guess that book might be a very special book. Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. Okay, we're going to talk about that in just a moment. Pretty cool. Well, Cameron, is it Cameron?
Yeah.
Okay. You mind my calling you Cameron, or would you prefer me to call you Cam?
Either.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I truly do look forward. I want to meet you, and I will. I'm going to be coming to the show sometime next month. I'm not sure exactly when, but if I got to break in, I'm coming. It doesn't make any difference. I don't care how sold out you are. I'll stand in the rafters. I'm going to watch this at least once. So, Cam, I want to wish you nothing but the best, and break a leg. That doesn't mean go and break a leg. It means good luck in theaters. They don't really do that. Okay. They also say in the in opera, in some operas, they say "en boca lobo," which means in the mouth of the wolf. Don't do that either. Okay. Don't do that either. Not a good idea. But Cameron, do you have anything to say before I cut you loose?
Thank you. Thank you.
You are entirely welcome.
Thank you, my cat.
Thank you.
Oh, that's great. That's great. And would you do me a favor? Tell everybody to come and you say it right. When I count to 3, I want you to say, okay, you ready? I'm going to count to 3. Then you say, everybody come and you're at the blue venue, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I want you to say, everybody come and see Coffee and Cedar at the blue venue at the Orlando Fringe. Can you do that?
Uh-huh.
Go for it. 1, 2, 3.
Everybody, come and see the Coffee and Cedar at Orlando Fringe.
In the blue venue, you betcha. Well done, Cameron.
Yay.
Cam, thank you for being with us, Cam. You
Bye,
are
Christina.
officially the youngest guest on the show. Bye-bye, Cam. Bye-bye, Christina. See you later. Bye. There we go. Now I can drink a dirty martini. Okay. Now.
My goodness, that was so adorable.
Where was Cindy? Let's come back over to Cindy. Turn your mic on for a second there, my love. There we go. Cindy, what are you doing in the show?
Everything.
Well, I'm the assistant director, stage manager, but I've also done some set construction, choreography, lighting, and sound editing. So I'm the jack of all trades of the show.
Well, there's always got to be one. Always
Exactly.
got to be one. Yeah.
And we're so lucky to be good.
Now, the gentleman up here next to David, you are, I know this. I don't
always know myself.
You would be Russell.
I would
correct?
be. Yes.
Russell, I've heard a lot about you, but mostly I've heard about your cooking so far.
Yeah.
But I want to now, Russell, you are playing literally the man of the hour, I guess.
I am Autun. I am the grandfather. Yes. So I
how does it
graduated from leading man to father to grandfather roles.
Yeah, well, I never got the first part. I got the second part and the last part. I never got the first part, so don't feel bad. So how does it feel? You don't look like grandfather, okay?
Thank you.
Obviously. But how does it feel playing? I mean, you're playing, in my opinion, you're playing someone that is in the American. I look at this as an American story, okay? I really do. And in the American story, you, sir, are playing what I would call the iconic character in the American story. You're playing, you're playing this fella right here.
Yes,
right?
I am. Yes, I am.
You do look
His
a little
voice-
bit like him. I got to tell you. And to me, the character himself is rather the iconic character, that grandfather who knew everything, so to speak, like Zeb Walton, so to speak. How does it feel to be playing such a character?
It feels wonderful. It's so well written, and it's such a beautiful show. It's such a beautiful story. The character is so rich, and it's so well written. I'm kind of with Cam. I'm a little nervous about doing its honor. I'm a little bit nervous about doing its due and telling this beautiful story, as well as it's written. So
It is a beautiful story. It truly is, and I can't stress that enough to anybody who's out there who's on the fence as to what to see. Obviously, somehow word has already gotten out, and I'm gonna attribute that. I'm gonna attribute some of that word getting out to Atom. Is that the correct pronunciation there?
Yeah.
I have a feeling that Atom may have been responsible for some of that. Call it a hunch. Okay?
A little bit of it. There's one performance in particular that I may have a large group coming to. My sister, who lives in Portland, Oregon, is flying cross country to see it. And a cousin who lives in Boston, when she found out my sister was coming, she said, well, I'll come down. And then some other cousins from Tallahassee said, well, then we'll come down. And then some cousins who live in Kissimmee, St. Cloud said, well, then we'll come up. And so, yeah, we've got I've got a block of 10 cousins coming to one single performance. So when we were at our first level of reduced ticket sales,
they took up almost half of one show.
So basically, Russell, for at least that show, you better not suck. Just
I better not. Yeah. Yeah, really. I'll never live it down. So
now, John, I'm going to say this: you are playing. This is really a great story, and I don't know whether David, I don't know whether you intentionally wrote it the way you. I mean, you wrote it. I know you changed it a little bit, to protect the innocent, so to speak. But you were raised by this guy, am I correct? And this guy, is that true?
Well, the fact of the matter is that my grandfather, who was the first photograph that you pulled up,
right,
and then I lost him at a very young age. I lost him when I was 11. Yes, I lost him when I was 11. And then my great uncles, the other photograph that you pulled up, with the two gentlemen, they basically assumed the role of my grandfather after my grandfather left. They were my great uncles, and basically, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So that character, you're probably just about to say this. I have a terrible tendency to do this, but the two characters kind of meld together, don't they?
Yes.
3 characters.
The 3.
Yeah. The 3
the
men
3
are
of
kind
them
in the one character.
Oh, so there was this
There are 2
guy,
of those.
uncle, right?
Those two.
There are 2 men in that picture.
There's 2 men in that
there
photo.
are.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
There, I thought that was a mirror. Okay. Yeah. So those 2 guys took over for this guy, for this guy here.
Yes,
I get it.
exactly.
Yeah,
pretty cool. You see, again, this is a very American. This is what America's about. Let's be honest.
Yes.
Let's be honest. Okay. Now, John, as I was saying before, I saw the crayons over there. You are again playing that one of those classic American tale characters. Not to say you're Feifel, but okay, that would have been really funny had anybody gone to Universal in like the beginning.
I got it. I knew where you were going.
So how does it feel? Well, how does it feel playing this character? Because really, you've got to feel it. You've got to feel it.
So I guess Russell would be the one more playing those characters all together, right?
Well, no. You're playing David though.
Yeah, right.
And that character is that I hate to keep doing this, but I'm gonna equate that character to like John Boy. Okay. And any number I can't think of any off the top of my head, but there's any number of characters in movies that this is what it was. The patriarch. And even the aunts and uncles, and then the kid who takes all that knowledge and creates something. Mm-hmm. So that's you. Surprise!
Yeah. Yeah.
No pressure.
I
think you must feel a certain responsibility. Am I correct?
Definitely. It's a big shoes to fill, but what I've always said is that it's a very honest story. It's not trying to do anything except for telling a story about family and growing up and as you said, passing on that knowledge from generations. And so I wouldn't necessarily call it pressure. I would just, it's more of an honor than pressure.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. That's fantastic. As I say, the story is delightful. In fact, I want to read the book, and I'm going to get it from Jack and do so, which we keep forgetting about.
Well, Phil, I'll send you an autographed copy.
Well, I would be flattered. I would be terribly honored by
Absolutely.
that.
I'd be happy to do that. Absolutely.
I have to tell you, I'm nuts about this. I really am nuts about the story. I really am. It is now. I've got some other images here, Jack. Were any of these other images actually of those fine gentlemen?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Some of them are family. Some are family.
Like that one?
No, that's just that's a photograph that I took of just immigrants coming into Ybor City to set the tone for the show.
Well, yes, indeed. And I would assume we're back with the same with this one, eh?
And same with, yes, exactly.
Yeah. Well, that's all I've got. That's okay though. That's okay though, because I got to tell you, these images again do the American story. This is
Yes.
where we have come from. There's no two ways about it. It's ragtime, you know. It's all of that.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Really and truly, look at that. I mean, this is what made our country.
Yes.
Not this particular building, but these people. And to me, that is, anytime that is celebrated is a great thing. It really is. It really is. Jack,
Absolutely.
tell us a little bit about these people.
Oh, these people?
Yes, you're directing.
Oh, wait. All right. Cam's gone now, right?
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
That's
You don't
why
have
I
to
able to
touch your language anymore.
Okay. No, honestly, I was Russell and I have known each other for a very long time. In fact, whenever we're at Fringe and we're in line together, people tend to think we're married, which is very strange. So we're Fringe.
I know just how you feel, Russell. I know just how you feel.
Shut up.
I'm thrilled. I'm not offended at all. It's David is, but it doesn't bother me.
Nah. But so through Playwrights Roundtable and just around, we've been friends for a long time. And when he mentioned to me that David had written this book, and David sent it to me, and I read it, and I was struck just the way you were, and I think all of us have been, because it's such a beautiful story. It's very honest, it's very straightforward, and it's very real. You know, I grew up with my dad, and my father was an opera singer, so I knew a lot of opera. But we grew up with all of those, Al Jolson and Chaplin and all of that. Those were things that my father loved. So it struck a chord with me. And then when David very nicely said, "Would you direct it?" I said, "What, are you out of your mind?" But yeah, and then we got Russell on board, and then John, and who's doing a lot of hard work and is absolutely wonderful. Both he and Russell are. And then I knew I needed a really great stage manager. I needed somebody who was savvy, someone who actually we could stand each other at some point or another, and also someone who is a very fine drama teacher in her own right. And also a very fine director. I don't know if anybody saw Candles in the Dark last year, right? Not last year, before. But she directed that, and it was amazing. And so I asked Cindy, I said, "Would you?" And she said yes. And we've just become this little family. And I hope. And it's been a joy. Honestly, I don't tell them that, and I will renege on it if you ask me again. But
that's one of the nice things about doing a show with the Fringe, with a smaller cast. It becomes very familial. It really does.
Yeah.
I can't imagine any way this couldn't have. My background, I come from. My father was German. My mother was Hungarian, and I never knew my father's parents. And more's the pity for that. My grandparents. Interestingly enough, where it sounds like your grandfather, David, and your uncle, for that matter, I should guess, uncles, took the initiative and told you the stories. My grandmother never wanted to talk about that stuff, the old days. She never wanted to bring that up. She was fairly, I guess coming from Hungary. After World War I, they weren't exactly the good guys, all of that kind of stuff. Maybe they wanted to just push that off to the side. But more is the pity that I don't have that knowledge today. I would kill for it, frankly. But I can always make it up. I can steal your story, actually.
Sure.
David, I was wondering if I could pop in here for a second. I was wondering, David, can I just ask you to tell the audience, however many people, and hey, love, hey, BJ, George Mark.
You'll be surprised how many people are out there. But
why did you feel you wanted to tell the story? Okay.
So, and forgive me if I get emotional, but this is just for me to talk about. But with the three gentlemen, Joe, that you pulled up, my grandfather, my two great uncles, the photograph with the one great uncle that you did not see because he was in the background, he was the one that I was actually the closest with, and he is the last one of those three that passed away. So when he passed away, I was absolutely devastated because I knew at that point he was not himself, but it's still selfishly knowing that he was there brought me comfort. And with him gone, I felt at that time that I just didn't have a safety net. I didn't have a rock to go to. And that was just very difficult for me. So soon after he passed away, it was 3 o'clock in the morning. I woke up and I had an idea for a story, and I just wrote it down. And it was just a short story. I didn't know what I was going to do with it. Sent it to a friend of mine, and she says, "You need to do something with this." But it was soon after his passing that gave me that inspiration. And I just pulled on those memories from my other great uncle as well as my grandfather.
That is absolutely wonderful. What made you decide to make it into a play?
Well, Russell had actually approached me about it. Was his idea. He was saying, with this story, after it was published, he said it seems like it would be something so great for Fringe. But I had never written a play before. I didn't even know where to start as far as the structure or anything. But soon thereafter, the pandemic hit, and we found that there was a lot of time. So that's how it all started to weave itself, and how it became a play.
It was actually Fringe 18. I attended the show of the woman portraying Deanna Durbin.
Yes.
And afterwards, she sold CDs of her singing Deanna Durbin's song. So I came home and told David, "Hey, you should turn this into a one-act play, and then after the play, you can sell books." And and then like I said, he worked on it. Since we had so much time during the pandemic, he developed it into a play, sent it around to some friends of ours that are playwrights, and had the input on it, and then got into this year's lottery and called Jack, and the rest is history.
Exactly.
That is really awesome. So basically, you wrote it. Okay, no small task. No small task. I'm going to make a big assumption. I'm making a big assumption here, and please forgive me if I am wrong. Okay, but I'm getting the feeling that maybe the two of you are a couple. Would that be true?
A couple of what? We don't know.
I do want to say this, David. What you just said about your uncle dying. I personally just am. Well, I've gone through that just recently. Okay.
I'm sorry.
A little bit different. A little bit different. But I have. You saw the end of the opening, I think, and that's exactly why.
So sorry.
And that touched my heart. Okay, it touched it, grabbed it, threw it on the ground, stomped on top, and it was lovely. I think it's pretty. So this is kind of.
Oops. Uh-oh. Are you back, darling?
We're back.
Okay.
No, we're not.
And over to you, Jack.
You keep talking. It's just the video. It's just the video cutting out.
Yeah.
I'm just glad there are technical difficulties that I am not responsible for.
For now.
Yeah.
Maybe that's not a good question. Let's forget about that.
Yeah.
No, I think it's great. I think it's great. And I think the pandemic was what was responsible for this, what we're doing right now.
Yes.
this whole thing starting, which is pretty cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
John, let's come back because you're sitting there and you're being so patient. And you look so nice. Your hair is cut and everything. It's good.
Thanks.
I'm kind of a jerk, John. Here's my. I do have a question for you. What shows? What else have you done?
A few. Let's see. A couple of years ago at Fringe, I did John and Jen. It's a 2-person musical that I produced and directed, and I starred in. And locally, I've done a lot of stuff with Breakthrough Theater, and let's see. I've done a couple of directing pieces, assistant directing mostly, but I participated in The Heights with GOAT, Greater Orlando Actors Theater, and so just kind of doing a few different things, and it's just for fun. It's not my job. I don't do it for money. I just do it for fun. So that's what it is.
John, none of us do it for money. Trust me on this. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask the inevitable question. What do you do, like, for real?
I work for a bank. Quite the opposite.
You work for a bank?
Yes, sir. Quite the
John,
boring.
I'm going to ask you, do you work for a bank that starts with, don't even tell, I don't want to say which one, but that maybe starts with a W?
No, I do not.
Okay, good, because you look just like the teller at the Wells Fargo in the corner.
Nope.
You do, kind of, believe it or not.
That's a better looking guy.
That's great. That's great. So you enjoy the theater. You enjoy it purely on a level of
Yeah, it's just that passion. Yeah.
for the sake of the art.
Right.
Okay. Which is where I am now, because I'm retired, but not really. You never really stop doing this. Actors never stop. Am I right, Russell?
Put your mic down.
There you go.
There we go. And yes, as they often say, old actors never die. They just smell that way.
That's funny.
Thank you.
Damn.
He's got a million of them.
Yes.
That's awesome. That's funny.
Yeah.
That's
Giving
funny.
credit to Jack Benny, but of course he stole it from Johnny Carson. So
Now, Russell, I'm going to. I like you. I'm going to ask you the same question. What other stuff have you done? Because we already found out with singing.
yeah, I've worked almost every theater in town, from Breakthrough to Mad Cow to Theater Downtown. God bless Frank and Fran, and up DeLand, the Athens Theater in DeLand, out in Winter Garden, Sanford at the Wayne Dench. Down at Osceola Arts in Kissimmee. I've done a few shows all around town. So
you must know David Gerard, yes?
Yes. Yep. So I don't think I've worked directly with him, but I certainly know of him. So yes.
It's a man. He's going to be taking care of my dog when I go to Provincetown. I really appreciate that. I'm glad he's retired. No, that's cool. I mean, I have the distinction of having worked pretty much every dinner show in Orlando. Many of them now closed, because they should have been.
And much like John, I this is not my livelihood. I do the community theater mostly. Don't do it for pay, do it for the passion. And so that's.
So are you retired now, or I'm assuming not?
Not quite. I own a public relations agency. So
Really?
that's my day job is a public relations agency. So that's kind of why I'm always thinking of ways to promote the book for David is, hey, how about turning it into a play so you can sell more books, So.
Quite frankly, that's a very clever idea. I hope I truly, I have to tell you, having watched shows come and go at the Fringe, I am not the biggest fan of the Fringe Festival. I don't think that's any secret in the Orlando community. I did a show for one of the first, maybe the first one, actually. The first Fringe Festival. I was in a show way back when. I could not tell you what the title of it was. I could tell you it wasn't bad. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad. Most of it was my fault. I'm sure. I don't know.
That was the last one?
Great deal. It was the last one I ever did. I started going to I went to one or two shows. I went to a show that my dear, dear friend Michael Walters did about the mayor of, what's the street that Savoy is on?
Mayor of Orange Avenue.
Ivanhoe.
Mayor of Orange Avenue, I think it was called. Yes. About this crazy lady, old lady who ran in.
Yes, about Barb. It was about Barb.
Yeah, about Barb. Yeah.
About Barb.
In the show, and it was the single worst piece of crap that ever came down the pipe. It really was, with the exception of Michael. It was, and Michael will tell you the same thing. It made no sense. The actors were out there talking, and Michael Wanzi was there that night, and Michael and I were the only two laughing. Michael Wanzi, my husband Christopher, my late husband, was there, and I remember leaning over to Chris and saying, "I have absolutely no idea what's going on, but Michael's hysterical." And Wanzi was the same. We were the only two laughing in the entire audience, and we were laughing for all the wrong reasons. We really were. I can assure you that will not happen with your show. That curse is gone. That curse is gone. And besides, I will probably have seen Wanzi's show and and the frog thing. What is the frog?
Frog pig.
Frog pig. And also, dare I say, I have to say this differently. How do I say it? Effing men.
Yes.
Because
that's a good way. That'll work.
How could anyone not see a show with that provocative title?
Right.
So odds are that curse will be gone long before I see your show. I actually met someone who's going to be in that show the other night, quite by accident. I went out to have a drink at the Turnabout night and to support the center, and was probably the weirdest decision of my life, but I did it. There you go. So this is going to be exciting for you guys. I really think. I think your ride is going to. I'm not going to say meteoric, okay, but I'm going to say at least to the sky, okay? Aww. Because I honestly believe, judging from talking to all of you just now, this brief time, and that adorable kid in the you notice his picture stayed on the longest in the preview. He was the cutest. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
True.
Cutest. And he did. And I think, and I know he's only on for this much. John Russell, I'm sorry, you're screwed.
Hey, we're cute too.
And yes, you're adorable. You're adorable. But I'm going to tell you something.
Animals.
Yes.
Odds are that kid is going to steal the show with what? 2 lines? What is he got? 2,
Yep.
3? I think
3.
Yeah.
And I got and I think he's going to do wonderfully, and I'm really excited. I'm excited for him. I'm excited to see this. I truly am excited to see this come together. And as I was just saying, I listened to you guys, and I think the main, if it's okay for me to say this, the main thing is that y'all know what you got. And I think you've got something very, very wonderful. And I'm not just saying that because I ain't going to get nothing out of it. This show makes me nothing. Anyway, which is fine. I do it for the joy of it and
passion
and paying the internet.
Passion. There you go.
I do. No, I love doing this. And I'm truly excited about seeing it. Fringe. Nothing means anything until the first show happens. And that's the point at which everybody says, holy shit, this is really cool. Or holy shit, this touched me. And I don't think there's a person out there, literally an audience member out there purchasing tickets who will not sit back and recognize themselves, some part of themselves, or one of their relatives in your show, which is exactly why all of the things that I've meant, the shows and such that I've mentioned before. I've only mentioned the Waltons, of course. Just shows you when I was brought up, doesn't it? But the thing is, if you look at those shows, if you look at anything like this, even the American Tail, Feifel, even that, you will see a part of yourself, a part of your family, or a friend. That's what you've written here, David. That's what you've written. It truly is. And what a tribute to those guys. I got a feeling those three guys are helping you a lot. I truly believe that. I truly believe that. I really do.
Well,
and that's great.
Thank you.
And Jack? Yeah.
Hang on, David. Go, David.
What I really thank Joe. I want to thank you so much for your kind words. That really means a lot to me. But with this show, this would not be possible without this cast, without this director, and without the stage manager helping me make this dream come true. And if anything, this I know I did as a tribute to those three. And with everything and all the hard work that everyone has put into this show, I know for a fact that they would be pleased and they would be honored by the work that has been showcased by everyone.
That's awesome.
David.
David, I do want to ask, I forgot one question that I really wanted to ask you. And I'm going to ask you, he got you a tissue. Oh, that's great. I'm going to ask you, in fact, maybe I should ask John to do this. But first I'm going to ask you a question. Do not say it, please. The saying in the show, the only Spanish words in the show, which from what I can understand, that's exactly how they would have wanted it too. Is that real? Is that the real deal?
Yes.
Is that something they really said?
Yes, my grandfather is the one that used it pretty much all of his life. He had passed it on to my mother, and then and passed it on to my sister and to me. So that definitely was something that I needed to put into the show and into the book, because it's the heart and soul of everything he taught me. And then my two great uncles, I mean, they followed that same philosophy as well.
God, that's the American. This is what I make, folks. This, not anything else, but this kind of thing is what makes America great. In case you weren't sure, okay? In case you weren't sure. As a matter of fact, what I'm about to ask John to do is say something. Is that okay, Jack? Is it okay with you?
Yeah.
What you know what I'm going to do. You know what I'm
going to do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
I believe that what John, the words, you already know what you're going to say, don't you, John?
I think so.
The words that John's going to say in a moment is what makes America great, okay? And don't you frickin' forget it, all right? And if anybody who's orange with fake hair, straw hair is ever watching,
non-political hair, but
this, the hell with it. This is what makes America great. John, would you say that particular line for us?
El sol no se tapa con un dedo.
Which means?
What's that?
Give them paragraph 3.
Literally, it means you can't cover up the sun with a single finger. But the meaning behind it is that if you have a talent, no one can take that away from you. That's just part of the lines.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, it even means more when you say you can't cover up the sun with with a single finger when you're talking about that other dipshit I was talking about. Anyways, frankly, but no, that's a beautiful thing, and I don't want to take anything away from that. It's a beautiful thing, and I kind of put you on the spot there.
There's quite more from that, so you gotta come see the show.
I would trust me. I will be there, and as I said, if I'm hanging from the rafters, Jack, anything else before I close it out?
Yes. I just want to let everyone know, this is sort of my chance to say this to everybody. This was truly a collaboration. Everybody there's something of everybody in this show. I mean, David was very kind, and he said, "Oh, you know, if somebody comes up with an idea or a different way of saying something, let's all work together." And because we all have, and we had this beautiful, beautiful base that David has written, it's like it's all of us in that show, and we're all sort of putting a little piece of ourselves in the sets and the designs and everything. And I did want to say, and I think I want to leave this to Cindy to say the last bit of it, but there's 4 sold out shows, and you really want to jump on this and get your tickets. It's something special. It really is something special. And I think it's reminded us of all our families, even friends and families. And there's one particular night that we really, really have something else special going. Cindy, take that one away.
Oh, is that what you'd like me to talk about?
Would you mind?
Well, yes. You know, as you've mentioned, Joe and Jack, we have been very blessed with Coffee and Cedar. We have sold out 4 of our 7 dates at the Fringe, and we are running low on the tickets that are left. However, our second Wednesday show, which I believe is May 26th, is that right?
Yeah.
Yes. May 26th, we are going to be the celebrity bartenders at the Orlando Fringe out on the lawn before our 10 p.m. show that Wednesday. And we've put together a very cool Spanish coffee recipe that can be like a fun iced coffee, alcoholic or virgin, if you need to call a show immediately after, for me. Okay. But we'd love to see our audience get tickets to that. That's one of our remaining shows that does have tickets. You can come get a drink made from us and then come join us in our show.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds to me like that's the night I need to come.
That's the one I did say you should come to. Yes.
You already, it sounds to me like that's the night I'm coming.
Come to me, Joe. I'll make sure I make you a good drink.
Do you do dirty martinis? It's my new favorite thing.
No, Spanish coffee. Spanish coffee. You got to get in the theme of the show.
Yep.
Okay, that's fair enough. Fair enough.
Yep.
Folks, I'm going to say it one more time. You want to see this. You really do. The 3 shows are sold. Your opening night sold out. Am I correct?
We only have a few left.
Okay. Regardless of the situation, 3 shows are sold out. Others are almost sold out. 4 shows, I lied. 4. These are 4 fingers I'm holding up. 4 shows are sold out. Others are in the process of being sold out. I think once the first show runs, and it may take to the second, I don't think so. I think word of mouth will prevail. I believe this. That's the way this thing works. Okay. Obviously, I know that because when I did my show, nobody came after the. No, I'm kidding. No, I think it'll really take off. I really do, and I think it's something quite special. And if I may say, how long is what's the running time on this thing right now?
50 minutes.
Yeah, about 50 minutes.
50 or 515?
50.
50 minutes. That's more than enough.
Yep.
It's more than enough.
Mm-hmm.
I would polish this up and play with it as you obviously already have. I think you already have done that. That's the kind of thing that happens the first time you do something. That's some of the magic of theater. If you didn't know, David, it is. And the actors bring something that wasn't there. The director everybody brings something that wasn't there before. And they're bringing a little bit of their own life into these characters. And then later on, when Tams Whitmar gets them, or whoever, and they're out there being done by other theater companies, a little piece of each actor who was in that original production is there. Mm-hmm. And that's pretty freaking cool. That's theater.
Mhm.
That's what the magic of theater is. And you're all part of that right now. And I believe, I'm not trying to get your hopes up. I'm not trying to be crazy, but I believe that that you've got something real special. And I think your audiences are going to feel that. And I think that word of mouth is going to take you to, I wouldn't be surprised if you got some awards. You know, it's tough to beat the onesies and the effing men of this world. I know that. Okay? I mean, how does an 8-year-old beat the hell out of naked men? I don't know.
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised.
We'll see.
Well, it is 2021, and there it is. Who else is seeing the naked men? Come on, who else? Anybody?
Not me.
Thank you. Thank you, Russell. Thank you, John. David, you're a chicken shit right now for not raising your hand. I'm just saying.
Still, I'm just saying, Cameron is 8. He's going to be way cuter than any of the guys in that other show.
That's true.
Way cuter.
You know, I lost my husband 6 months ago. I may challenge you on that. I know. I'm kidding, Christopher. I'm kidding. That was a joke. I swear to God. Well, it was a joke, but you know, no, I understand what you're saying. No, you're right. No, I think it's going to be better. I think the whole thing is going to be fun. The frog thing, I'm looking forward to. I've heard a lot of fun stuff about it.
Yeah.
And I've heard fun stuff about your show. I've heard fun stuff about all of them. I don't think Wanzi's had a turkey since the whole thing started. So, you know.
I don't know. Michael did say that he had a couple turkeys, but that's okay. Actually, I did want to say to anyone who's listening, Fringe is being very careful this year, obviously, in lieu of COVID and everything. And because I've talked to some friends who have said, oh, I'd really like to come, but I'm really worried. They are being very careful. Our audiences are not full houses, obviously. There will be social distancing. You can get pods. So it's not the regular lawn where everybody runs up to the beer tent or whatever. They will have bartenders, waiters, waitresses, everything, so that you can stay safe. And it will be run very carefully. And I do want to say that I know there's that thing out that came today that said, oh, if you've been vaccinated, you don't have to wear masks anymore. They're still going to be very careful there. We're all going to be very cognizant of our other people.
It's lovely they said that, but
yeah,
I've got 62 masks in my house. I will at least be using 61 of them.
There you go. But again, it's for those who might feel, oh, well, I'm not sure because it's such a huge event and there's so many people. They're really being very careful. So
I mentioned that, Jack, because it's such an important point to people who might feel nervous about coming out and supporting the Fringe this year.
Yes.
Guys, if you could see the cleaning regimen going on in Lock Haven Park and in the Shakes, you would not worry about it in the slightest. It's insane, the cleaning levels these guys are going to keep us all safe. You know, I'm nervous about COVID myself. I feel perfectly comfortable there.
Yeah.
Okay, very big question. Quick question for all of you. Who's vaccinated? Are you all vaccinated?
We all are, yeah.
Yep.
All of us.
Both of them? Both of them?
Yep.
Great.
Yep.
I there was no doubt in my mind, quite frankly. Yep. And I think if you're going to be somewhere, the Fringe might be one of the safer places to be, frankly. Okay.
Yeah.
As far as vaccination levels, I'm going to Provincetown. I'm kind of guessing that Providence, all things considered, is probably one of the safer places I could go. But now that what they've said on the CDC said, well, we'll see how it is in a month. But thank you for being here, guys. David, congratulations. I look forward to saying that to you in person. I truly do. I look forward to meeting all of you. I really do. I look forward to that greatly. This is the first time I'm going to the Fringe in a lot of years. Okay. The last time I went was the year that Wanzi did. We all do this by the year that Wanzi did. The year that Wanzi did Hollywood Squares was the last time I went, which was very funny. So I rarely get out there, but I felt as though this year was a year that I really, really, really wanted to support it and be out there for the performers. not for any other reason, but for the art. And that's, no matter how many times I've done a show and been paid for it, I've been damn lucky. I've had a hell of a good career. I really have. And there wasn't a single time I stepped on stage where it was really for the money. It was to have some fun and to entertain and make people laugh and even make people cry, which I rarely get to do. But I did get to do recently. And you know what? There just ain't nothing better. Everybody out there ain't nothing better. Thank you, Jack. Thank you, David, Russell, John, Cindy. Thank you so much. We will see you at the Fringe. So long, David and Russell. I've got to remember how to do all this. It's been 2 weeks. Take care. John, take care of yourself. Look forward to seeing you. Cindy, thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, I just wanted to say one more, if I could. I told you would love these people, aren't they great?
They're lovely.
Yeah. I just want to say one more thing, real quick. There are some really wonderful shows out at Fringe. We talked about a couple of them here and there, and I think that's what Fringe is all about. There's something for everyone. Everyone needs to come and see our show, of course. But if you go on the Orlando Fringe Festival, it's a 30-year reunion, 30-year anniversary. There, I can talk. I'm an actor.
I may have to kill myself now.
Yeah, there you go. But go on there. You can read what all the different shows are. Go out, support it, and just have a good time, because it's like one of the first times that we've all been able to really get together and pursue our art together. So that's my little shtick, if you will.
Celebrate that art.
Yes, that's the word. Thank you. You found it in my head. Thank you.
Well, that's what we do. That's our job, Jack.
Yes.
That's our job. Thanks for being here again. And we're not going to be back next week, folks, but I've got the feeling we're going to, I don't know. During Fringe, it might be a little difficult. Well,
Fringe is next week, so the next couple weeks, so it might be difficult.
We will be back soon. I promise you. I've got some great. I've already talked to a couple of people, and I've got firm maybes from two. No, I've got a couple of. We're going to do it from some great people. I don't want to say now because we haven't firmed up the days, but some friends and some great people from Orlando, and I'm excited. Jack knows who they are.
Yep,
so she can confirm. Good people.
It's going to be good.
Thanks, Jack. I love you.
I love you too, honey.
Okay, folks, that's it. Another one is in the bag. Coffee and Cedar at the Orlando Fringe, not to mention all the other shows that are going to be there. Great stuff. Go out, support the theater. Okay, September, with any amount of luck, Broadway's going to come back, such as it will be, and all kinds of great things are going to happen. Out there at Horizons West, look for their website. Come and see Shakespeare in the Spring. I'm doing 2 pieces in that. All the world's a stage and all the men and women merely players. And then I will be doing Act 2, Scene 2 from Macbeth. Yes, the murder scene. I'm excited. Don't know it yet, but I'm excited. Take care of yourselves, and above all else, be good to yourselves. As my friend Joel Strack used to say, treat yourself right. I like that. But finally, listen. When you go out there, I want you to look around. Look for the helpers, because you know what? They're out there, and they're helping. And you could be one of them, absolutely positively. Take care of yourselves. God bless you, Scott, in heaven. God bless you, Christopher, in heaven. God bless all those we've lost in the past year. I hope it all stops. I truly do. I really, really do. I love you. Good night. May your God go with you, as they say. Bye-bye.